come from. And that their system alone could forgive sins. But there were some who cherished the old teachings. And these people, these strong people, were martyred because of their faith. Yes, I believe there is. The Kadas. They would not, under any circumstances, compromise Scripture. When they fled to the mountains, they took with them copies of the Bible and a map. If you could go to this remote place, find the map and the Bibles in their own language, you would be doing a service of great value. I can't leave my ship and go do this myself. I need you to do it. But I need to know your decision. Yes, I believe there is. The Kadas.
I made Derek with the idea of appealing to a larger audience than the Ka did, and I believe the Lord blessed me with a storyline that made this possible. I incorporated a story that portrayed a lot of the persecution that God's people have gone through the ages, and I also wanted to portray their steadfast perseverance in preserving God's scriptures. And I hope that challenges each of us to preserve God's Word today in our hearts. Shortly after making the Ka, I went on a mission trip to the Dominican Republic, and while I was down there, I wrote most of the storyline for Derek. I took along a small journal and I sketched out ideas for the puzzles and the storyline. And I had a lot of experiences while I was down there that affected Derek. One of the amazing things that happened was that a lady in the church had a dream one night that the people's Bibles were taken from them and the book of Exodus was ripped out. And this dream had showed her the importance of preserving God's Word and memorizing it. And she came to church and shared that. And it really impressed me with the fact that all through history there has been people that have tried to preserve God's Word at great cost. And I decided I would incorporate this into the story of Derek. And the Lord really blessed, and throughout that trip I was blessed with so many experiences, and if any of you ever get the chance to go on a mission trip, I would encourage you to go, because the Lord can really just bless us as well as the people we're going there to bless. I still live beyond electricity, so there are a lot of trials to making a program like Derek in an area like this. But I wouldn't trade living here for anything else. The blessings far outweigh the trials. And there's so many beautiful things in God's creation to see living out here. Plus, I have so many sources for textures. I use the cabin right here. A lot of the wood that you see here I use for textures in Derek. And a lot of the gold mines around this area became things like doors and rock textures. So there's a lot of blessings to living in an area like this, but at the same time, it can be a really trying experience making a game the size of Derek on a generator. I think we've wore out a complete stack of generators. We keep returning them to the Honda dealership to be repaired, and they keep repairing them for us. But Lord willing, we'll get in a hydro system soon, and that will make things a lot easier. Throughout the time that I was making Derek, our cabin was also under construction, and that also added some difficulties. I remember doing blue screen at the same time. My grandpa was sheetrocking the upstairs. Plus, my sister was planning a wedding, so there was wedding things all over the house and flowers, etc. So we've had a lot of difficulties that we've gone through that the Lord has blessed, and I think everything tied together well in the end. I composed almost all the soundtrack for Derek on the keyboard, the harp, and the violin. In Derek, I decided to make songs that would match the places you were visiting. Some places are very mysterious, so I tried to compose music that would add a touch of mystery to the place. Other places looked bright and cheerful. Other places had a certain element of doom, like when you're going to prison. So I tried to compose songs that would match in with the gameplay. Toward the end of the project, things started to really get exciting. I was able to bring all the sounds that I made and the songs I composed and the artwork together into a game. And I think that's the best part of making a game, is when you can bring all the elements together and see them fit into a game that works beautifully. It's so exciting to see the doors opening and leading to the places you've designed, and seeing the puzzles work correctly and everything fit together nicely. Family and friends had a lot of effect on the game Derek as you see it now. Sometimes I would have something made one way and I would show it to somebody and they'd say, "Oh, why don't you try it this way?" And through that process, Derek evolved into what it is now, and it's really special. Hey. I remember making puzzles or places and then showing them to people, and they'd say, "Yeah, this is good, but you could also do this." And just the different ideas and being able to bounce ideas back and forth with friends and family has really had a big effect on the game as you see it.